ladies and gentlemen, if needed, there is extra seating on the other side of the field, on the left of the graduates. Ladies and gentlemen, repeating, if needed, there is extra seating on the other side of the field, beside the graduates. Once again, there is extra seating on the other side of the field in the visiting bleachers to the left of the graduates.
traveling through this world of woe. I'm just a poor wayfaring stranger, traveling through this world of woe. I'm just a poor wayfaring stranger, traveling through this world of woe. I'm just a poor wayfaring stranger, traveling through this world of woe. Yet there's no sickness, toil, or danger in that bright land to which I go. In that bright land to Excuse me. Okay.
Good evening, and welcome to the commencement ceremony of Grove City Area High School's graduating class of 2023. My name is Abby Nichols, and I have the immense privilege of being tonight's Eagles of Ceremonies. To summarize the last 48 hours of my life, Dr. Smith informed me that I would be emceeing tonight and gave me editing access to the entire document that we're reading off of, so I'm sure there are a couple people behind me with their fingers crossed that I'm not making any fun changes to their speeches. In all seriousness, I'm so excited and proud to be part of this graduating class. The soon-to-be graduates sitting in front of you make up a group of individuals that I've cherished for all my years in Grove City schools, and whose friendship and camaraderie I will continue to cherish for years to come. At this time, I would like to introduce someone who has heard many complaints from my grandma about the potholes in the school parking lots. All joking aside, tonight's celebration would not be possible without the efforts of many, and I can speak for all of us when I say that we are eternally grateful for everyone who's worked hard to get us to the finish line. This individual represents many that have worked tirelessly to give every student that steps foot in a Grove City classroom a positive experience. Please join me in welcoming to the podium the Superintendent of Grove City Area School District, Dr. Jeffrey Finch.
Thank you, Abby. I liked her description of what I do more than the typical, aren't you the guy that calls 2-hour delays and does a rather poor job of doing so. I want to start this evening by first welcoming our soon-to-be graduates, our families, friends, and neighbors. On behalf of our Grove City Area School District Board of School Directors, our entire faculty, staff, and administration, it is my pleasure to welcome you to the Class of 2023 commencement ceremony. To state the incredibly obvious, it's quite warm, so for you, I will keep my opening comments brief. The majority of tonight's ceremony is dedicated to celebrating the accomplishments of this senior class and awarding their high school diplomas. But before we do that, it is important that we take a moment to thank the community of caregivers that have supported you all along your journey. The commencement ceremony is not the capstone to just a high school experience. It is the capstone to the journey that began the first time that you stepped into a classroom. So Class of 2023, let's take just a moment to recognize and thank all of the faculty and staff members that have supported and cared for you throughout preschool, elementary, middle, and high school. A round of applause for our faculty and staff. And to you, the Class of 2023, I want you to take a moment to reflect on all of those lessons, the guidance, the coaching, the pushing, the lifting, the nudges, the tough love that you might not have appreciated at the time, and the overall caring that has encouraged your growth over your many school years. But now it is time to embrace your own personal readiness to step forward with the self-agency that you have been building for many years. Be confident in yourselves and know that what we have done together will continue to strengthen what you are quite capable of doing for yourself as a lifelong learner and a community-oriented contributor. That said, keep in mind that this Grove City community will always have your back and still extend a hand when needed. I also want to extend a very special thanks to Dr. Smith, Dr. Nemeth, our school counselors, and the invaluable high school office staff for their tireless efforts to work in preparing for the many year-end activities and this very special ceremony. Thank you to our high school administration and staff. So once again, welcome all, and congratulations to our soon-to-be graduates in the Class of 2023. Thank you.
It is now my pleasure to introduce two of my dear friends, Alex Holmes, the senior class president, who will lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance, and Autumn Hurst, the president of Student Council, who will introduce our senior choristers.
Would you all please rise, place your hands, and join me in reciting the nation's Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you.
Good evening. Our senior choristers will now sing America the Beautiful. Under the direction of our choral director, Mrs. Hannah Flowers, these choristers are Fisher Anderson, Shane Cavallo, Elizabeth Love, Lee Marco, Haley Matson, Kaylin Manier, Katie Podvasnik, Judith Stewart, and Georgie Yeager.
Oh, beautiful for spacious skies, for amber waves of grain, for purple mountains' majesties above the fruited plain. America, America, God shed His grace on thee, and crown thy good with brotherhood from sea to shining sea.
Thank you, Mrs. Flowers and the senior choristers for such a beautiful performance. I was told not to embellish the introduction of our next speaker, which is not surprising knowing his selfless and humble character. However, it is an incredible honor to announce every student's greatest supporter and biggest advocate, high school principal, Dr. Brendan Smith, who will introduce the class salutatorian, followed by the class valedictorian.
Thank you, Abby. Christine is the daughter of Ken and Becky Dunkerley. Multiple teachers use the word joy to describe Christina as a person and a student. They talk about her heart of service, how she gives selflessly to her peers and to the organizations in which she participates and serves. Mr. Anastasi notes a lost art form when discussing her. He exclaimed, "Christina Dunkerley has the best handwriting, hands down. Her essays, beyond being insightful, were a sheer pleasure to read, simply because of her graceful penmanship." As one of the few students who actually enjoyed Jane Austen's Pride and Prejudice, she has earned a special place in the echelon of Grove City High School students who champion great literature. Getting back to Christina's personal qualities, Miss Wissaker said, "There's not a day that goes by that she doesn't have a smile on her face. She isn't laughing about something." All of Christina's wonderful characteristics were reinforced for me when she shared with me that she will be taking a gap year to work in refugee communities in Miami, Florida. Miss Wissaker puts a nice bow tie around summarizing Christina as a person and a student and the prospects of her future by sharing this quote, "The future of the world is in my classroom. Knowing Christina for 2 years, I can honestly say without a doubt she will do many exceptional things in her life, in her future." Ladies and gentlemen, it's an honor to present to you this evening the class of 2023 salutatorian, Christina Dunkerley.
Thank you, Dr. Smith, and good evening, everyone. I'm here for a good time, not a long time, so I'm going to keep this brief. First of all, I would like to say thank you to all of the administrators, teachers, and staff at the high school. You've all put so much time and effort into our education, and all of your hard work is appreciated. From the janitors cleaning up after us, to the teachers coming up with lesson plans and supporting us, to the administration making sure everything runs smoothly and making important decisions, it is clear how much you have done. Thank you. Now, I think that I'm supposed to be giving advice to all of you or talking about the lessons I've learned in high school, but I feel like I'm at the same place as many of you and have no advice to give. So I would just like to use this time to appreciate and celebrate all of the achievements of my classmates, because they have done some truly amazing things. First of all, some guys in our school started a band, and they have performed at events and written some of their own music, and they sound really good. And other classmates have been on student council, prom committee, and Interact, and they've planned events, pep rallies, and fundraisers that have contributed to a good school culture. And our athletes have led the football team to winning districts, the guys cross country team to states, and the girls cross country team to region champs, as many other athletes have done great things as well. And I'm sorry if I'm forgetting some of the stuff you all have done. There's just so much. And as a class, we have made it through some pretty significant changes as well. We started out in 6th grade with 8 periods and ended middle school with 10 periods of classes before transitioning to the high school, where we went down to 7 periods and then to 3 to 4 periods a day with block scheduling. And I mean, COVID happened too while we were in high school, so it was great that we made it through that as well. Clearly, our class has done some pretty great things, and I only hope that all of you continue to do those things in the future. I have truly enjoyed these last 7 years as a part of this class, and I can't wait to see what all of you will accomplish. It's finally starting to hit me that this is the last time I will see many of you for a while, and it's a bit sad. I wish you all the best, and I'm excited to hear about all of the remarkable things you have accomplished the next time I see you. Congratulations, and have a great rest of your lives.
Molly is the daughter of Wayne and Pamela Homan. Before I present Molly to you as the class of 2023's valedictorian, I want to read a few bulleted items from the Grove City Area School District's vision statement. This is a copy, this very copy sits to the left of my desk, and although you can't see it from where you sit, and it is laminated, it is marked and tattered and has a lot of life to it, but it also has a lot of life left. And I often use it as a guide when I'm questioning programming, or I simply need direction on how to proceed with programming and providing pathways for students. So let me read a few bulleted items to you from our vision statement. We want students to be both disciplined and creative. We want them to be good team members. We want them to be able to accept challenges, develop plans, and set high targets. And most importantly, we want them to serve their community and learn how to lead. As I read what Molly's teachers say about her, keep in the back of your mind the items that I've just shared with you. Mrs. Fry describes Molly as a student that has a great desire to learn. She is a leader in the classroom, always going above and beyond what she is asked to do. Peers look to her when they need help. She's always been self-motivated, pushing herself beyond the walls of the classroom and striving for excellence in all that she does. Our friend Mr. Anastasi states, she is the embodiment of the Renaissance woman whose diversity of talents reflects her full engagement with life. To further support her embodiment as a Renaissance woman, Mr. Martakis, our materials processing teacher, notes, Molly works well with the machines confidently and with skill. She is willing to assist others in complete tasks. Molly's curricular and co-curricular course of study serves as an exemplar for how we want to think about providing students challenging and relevant personalized learning opportunities that extend far beyond basic expectations. For example, her participation in academic games, mock trial, concert, marching, and jazz bands, serving as the 4-H president, being an equestrian and global scholar, and a 2-time very prestigious award recipient of the Candace Gay Memorial Essay Contest at Youngstown State University. Remember a minute ago I told you we want students to be both disciplined and creative. We want them to be good team members, accept challenges, set high targets for themselves, and learn to serve the community. I'll leave you with this beautiful statement from Miss Sunita, who's at the podium with us this evening. Karen Sunita states, Molly never hesitates to ask questions. Maybe the questions that others don't ask, but definitely the questions which propel forward our class discussions. Molly's first love are the sciences, but she has learned to put her heart in the humanities. She has big picture, community level questions. She sees the inequities of the world, and she's beginning to see that she can and will have a hand in bettering so many aspects of her community moving forward. Again, it is an extreme honor to present to you our class valedictorian, Molly Homan.
Thank you, Dr. Smith. Parents, teachers, guests, staff, and of course, my fellow graduates, congratulations, we made it. The last 18 years of our lives have been leading up to this moment. We've made it through more homework assignments, assemblies, lectures, quizzes, and tests than I would care to count. We've made it through 13 years of school, most of our lives, all leading up to this. I can't say it's always been fun, and I won't say it's always been easy. But the fact that you are sitting here tonight proves that you have overcome every challenge that stood in your way. I would like to acknowledge those who helped us get where we are tonight. To the parents, grandparents, aunts, uncles, family members, and any other parental figures, thank you for guiding us and supporting us as we've grown. I know it may not always show through the teenage angst, but we really do appreciate you and everything that you do for us. None of us would be here tonight without you. To the teachers, thank you for pushing us to be the best that we can be. We may not remember the English, math, or science lessons you've taught us in a few years or a few days, but we will always remember the life lessons. In your classrooms, we learned how to listen to others, to respect both people and things, and to work with others, even if we maybe didn't always get along. You helped shape us through the years, and for that we can never thank you enough. To the staff and administrators, thank you for getting us here tonight. It takes a lot of work to keep all of this running, and you don't see enough appreciation for everything that goes on behind the scenes. And to my classmates, thank you for so many great years. I've known a lot of you since preschool, and even more since kindergarten, the last class of Washington High. But no matter if you've been in this district your whole life, or only the last couple years, you have left your mark. I'm not here tonight only to reminisce about the past. We've made it this far, and now it's time to look to the future. We are about to enter a new and vastly different part of our lives. Regardless of if you think you have it all figured out, the plans are gonna change. Life never goes exactly the way you want it to. Some of us are going off to college, some off to the workforce, some to the military, some to simply try and find themselves. But regardless, we are all moving on. Myself, I decided freshman year that I wanted to be a vet. I have worked with farm animals since I've grown up, and so I wanted to become a farm vet. While researching this career, I found that small animal vets make a lot more money than large animal vets. And I was once told that small animal vets do it for the money, and large animal vets do it for the love of animals. My uncle, who is a farmer and familiar with this situation, has told me several times that he hopes that I go and make my millions nutting cats as long as I come home and help treat his beef cows. I may be a vet in 10 years, Whether that's for small animals, large animals, zoos, or anything in between, only time will tell. I may also not be a vet. Life may fling me in a completely new and different direction. The future isn't going to be easy, and it's not supposed to be. If it were, where would be the fun in that? We're going to face challenges in the future, much like the ones we've faced for the past 18 years. And whether the ones ahead are over careers, relationships, or something we can't even conceive of yet, I believe that we can overcome them. I am going to miss high school. I've made my best friends here, and I've made a lot of great memories. It's hard to believe that I won't be seeing you all every day anymore. But I am so excited to begin the next chapter of my life. It's going to be new, and it's going to be scary, and there are going to be times you wish you could return to the simplicity of high school. But we can do this. I believe in us, and I hope that each and every one of you are as excited for yourselves as I am for you. Thank you.
Dr. Carolyn Mitchell, formerly Carolyn Osberger, from the class of 2008, is a search engine optimization expert. SEO experts identify strategies, techniques, and tactics to increase the number of visitors to a website. As an SEO expert, Dr. Mitchell has a breadth of experience working for companies such as Coalition Technologies in Culver City, California, and Quilt Media in St. Louis, Missouri. She currently works for AARP, where she utilizes SEO content creation tools to help inform and execute content strategy, identify search demand and trends, drive and execute SEO activities, as well as utilize a multitude of strategies to increase traffic to AARP's website. Prior to working in the corporate world, Dr. Mitchell worked in academia. She has served as an instructor and lecturer in political science and history at Geneva and Grove City Colleges and Penn State University. Dr. Mitchell served as a research fellow at Queen's University, Belfast, Ireland, where she earned her master's degree and PhD in Irish politics. During her graduate studies, she also served as editor-in-chief for Queen's Political Review. After graduating from Grove City High School in 2008, she attended Grove City College, where she earned a BA in history and held minors in political science in the French language. Dr. Mitchell currently resides in Grove City with her husband, Eric. Please join me in welcoming to the podium the class of 2023's commencement speaker, Dr. Carolyn Osberger Mitchell.
Thank you very much. I'm honored to be here and speak to you tonight. Congratulations, you've made it. I'm sure many of you have been waiting for this day for a long time. And you should all be very proud of all the accomplishments you have made. Graduation is an exciting time, but it can also be a daunting one. It's the end of one chapter, and you don't know yet exactly what the next one is going to look like. But as you step out to figure out whatever that next step looks like, having the right mindset can really help you to navigate the challenges that you face. And the first piece of advice I would give you is to know your own strengths. Everyone is unique and has unique abilities to offer. You might be great with technology, an amazing writer, or excellent at building mechanical objects. So as you're sitting down and trying to figure out what's next, take some time to think through what you're good at and what you're passionate about. Every talent that you possess has many different functions and can open up many different opportunities for you. Once you've identified those key skills, keep working on improving them or building new ones. You can take classes in pretty much anything, virtually or online. Practice makes perfect. Whatever it looks like, keep on doing those things and honing your skills. If you're an artist, keep making art. If you like fixing cars, take as many opportunities as you can to do that. One great resource that you have as you are building those skills is the internet. Building a strategic digital footprint can really help you to get your name out there and connect with other people who are passionate about the things that you're passionate about. You can create a website to showcase your work, whether that looks like a writer's portfolio, a photography website, or a blog about your chosen field. Getting your name out there can really help to connect you not only with your peers, but also with potential future employers and customers. But as you do that, make sure that you're taking a strategic mindset towards that. You want to make sure especially that your social media aligns with your professional aspirations. The reality is that people judge you based on the way you present yourself personally as well as professionally, and social media is no different than anywhere else. If a potential employer or customer is put off by something that you put on your posts, they might choose not to work with you, and you could potentially lose out on great opportunities. I'm not saying you can't have fun and that you can't be yourself, but be strategic. Make sure that everything you put up online helps get you where you want to go. The second piece of advice I have is to keep persevering. Life takes a lot of work, and you don't always get where you want to go on the first try. It's a competitive world, and there are millions of other people out there looking to pursue the exact same field you are. So you can expect to encounter some failures and some lost opportunities along the way. As hard as it can be, try not to be discouraged by failure. Every time something doesn't work out, you learn something new that can help you to succeed next time. Thomas Edison, when asked about multiple failures to develop the light bulb, once said, "I have not failed 700 times. I have not failed once. I have succeeded in proving that those 700 ways will not work." Remember, you don't need to get every job offer, you just need to get one. The reality is you probably will miss out on some great projects along the way, but you will get some amazing ones too. Remember that setbacks do not define you as a person. What does is how you respond to them. Building resilience really is key to success. When you know your skills and persevere in building them and pursuing those chosen fields, great things can happen. The final piece of advice I have is to be flexible. We've all lived through a global pandemic. You already know that life can throw you some pretty big curveballs. Sometimes, no matter how hard you work, a particular path just won't work out. You may not get a job in the exact field you were hoping for, or you might not get into the grad program you wanted. If you find yourself in a position where you need to make a change, take a step back and look at your skills again. See if you can use them in a different way or in a different field that provides you with more opportunities. You may not be able to make a living as a novelist, at least not yet, but you might be able to use your writing skills as a copywriter or a copy editor for a marketing agency. You may not end up being an influencer, but you can use your technology skills as a graphic designer or a web developer. Get creative and start researching different career paths for people with your skills. Go out there and apply for as many opportunities as you can. Even if you're not 100% sure you're totally qualified, being willing to learn is half the battle. You never know what's going to work out and what isn't. And one career path I would actually recommend is looking into remote work. While we've probably all seen a lot of articles about how employers are making people go back to the office, the reality is that there are a vast number of remote positions available that were never there prior to COVID. And I think remote work is an excellent resource, especially for people in smaller towns like Grove City. Applying for remote positions opens up a whole vast field of opportunities all across the country, maybe even across the world. So if you are considering a field that may not have many opportunities locally, you can move further afield. That's a great opportunity, but also check out remote work and see if that might be an opportunity. So in conclusion, life takes a lot of twists and turns, but you've got a lot of adventures ahead as you make your way in the world. So put in the work, be creative, and have as much fun as you can while you're doing it. Thank you very much, and congratulations once again.
Dr. Finch, Dr. Weaver, Dr. Nemeth, Mr. Gerwig, members of the school board, parents, and guests, allow me to provide you with some information about the Grove City area senior high school graduating class of 2023. There are 155 students graduating in this class. The valedictorian is Molly Homan. The salutatorian is Christina Dunkerley. Joining them as fellow distinguished scholars are Fisher Anderson, Elena Bishop, Justice Brown, Shane Cavolo, Riley Chris, Nolan Cowan, Daniel Hessler, Brooke Hovis, Autumn Hurst, Katarina Lords, Colin Messer, Abigail Nichols, Dylan Patel, Macy Phillips Masson, Josiah Renix, Jillian Ryle, Brianna Seibert, Sierra Tekachik, and Carly Wright. They are graduating with an overall grade point average of 96% or higher. In addition, there are 26 students graduating with high honors, earning an overall average of 91% or higher. There are 35 students graduating with honors, achieving an overall average of 86% or higher. In the graduating class of 155 students, approximately 70% of them will attend a four-year college. 10% will attend a two-year college, technical school, trade school, or certificate program. 3% have enlisted in the military, and 15% are planning to join the workforce. I hereby certify the 155 students are in good standing and have met all the requirements of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania in the Grove City Area School District for high school graduation, and they are therefore eligible to receive a Grove City Area High School diploma. Mr. Gerwig and Dr. Nemeth, we will now award the diplomas.
Molly Beth Homan. Christina R. Dunkerley. Dylan Jody. Garrett Michael Albert. Gracie Marie Allison. Fisher Lewis Anderson. Jacob Paul Arnold. Pearson Robert Badowski. Skylar Bartolone. Morgan Bemis. Avery R. Berry. And Nicole Bishop. Olivia Taylor Blatt. Mason John Bolin. Ethan Clayton Boyd. Aaron Rose. Eva Helene Broch. Justice Major Rib. Adam Damian Buddymeyer. Lauren Bridabell. Delaney Shea Callahan. Shane Riley Elaine Chipini. Daniel James Christie Jr. Cassandra Lynn Klaus. Grayson K. Cook. Shelby Colson. Nolan James Cowan. Riley Joe Chris. Olivia Beth Kraus. Ethan Glenn Cunningham. Faith Elizabeth. Asher Christian Danielson. Josh Lee Danielson. Con G. Peyton Emily Davis. Gianna R. DiPaolo. Caitlin Renee Schutz. McKenna Dick. Dora. Liza Dre. Madison Drake. Michael James Ehrman. Ethan A. Estes. Jake Michael Fabricant. Christopher James Ferry. Jordan V. Filer. Ethan Lawson Frost. Colton Andrew Geiger. Caleb Kennedy Geyer. Riley Elizabeth Gurrell. Daniel Vincent Griffith. Haley Joe Hall. Tyler Charles Hamilton. Madison P. Hamill. Daniel Jacob Hessler. Alexander Michael Holmes. Brooke Huvis. Autumn Lynn Hurst. Joseph Durham Irvin. Logan Elizabeth Jones. Matthias A. Jones. Elise Ann Karenbauer. Dawson James Kerr. Aiden Sean Kilpatrick. Zachary Scott King. Maya Renee Kirk. Caleb Charles Culp. Jeremy Cutlass. Tammy Lynn Larson. William R. Lankner. Katarina Lynn Lords. Elizabeth Marie Love. Nathan T. Major. Lee Marco. Dominique Alexis K. Matheson. Joseph James Matheson, Jr. Colton William Maddox. Haley Joe Matson. Trinaya Jessie May. Hayden C. McCready. Evan Scott McCreary. Dakota William McDonald. Jeremiah Lee McElwain. Colin McCormick Messer. Caden Riley Messer. Tyson Thomas Matheny. Brianna Marie Miller. Kirsten Nicole Miller. Lucas Jeffrey Miller. Nicholas David Miller. Kaylin Manier. Jonathan David Malachi Moore. Brielle Sunderland Moore. Olivia Nicole Murray. Breezy Lynn Nelson. Anthony Christian Nemec. Abigail Nancy Nichols. Kieran Michael O'Rourke. Isabella Maria Parenti. Megan Elizabeth Paris. Dylan Chintan Kumar Patel. Sarah Joanne Theodora Patterson. Karis Nicole Perample. Jada Rose Phillips. Macy T. Phillips Matson. Katie Violet Podvaznik. Savannah Mae Pottinger. Nathaniel L. Reish. Gavin Michael Rennick. Michelle Rennick. Josiah Clay Rennicks. William M. Resner III. Jordan Alexander Ryder. Jillian Marie Ryle. Thomas A. Rogers. Kaylin Rodriguez. Chloe Violet May Rowe. Caden Mark Russell. Hunter Donald Say. Kyle R. Sears. Cameron Emily Schmidt. Jenna Ashley Schmidt. Brianna Marie Seibert. Lucas Richard Schaffert. Colin Daniel Shearer. Emma Elizabeth Slonka. Summer Starcher. Judah J. Stewart. Riley Matthew Stahl. Skylar Grayson Stahl. Emily M. Stutzman. Andrew I. Swartfager. Erin Mariah Sweeney. Emily Nicole Sweetapple. Sierra M. Tkachik. McKenna Trotterman. Caden James Wade. Ryan Pete Wagaman. Grace Wetzel. Sterling Isaiah Williams. Samuel Allen Wilson. Ella Helene Wise. Helena Lee Wolbert. Carly Wayne Wright. Georgia May Yeager.
Would the new graduates of Grove City Area Senior High School please stand and face the audience? Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Grove City Area Senior High School class of 2023. Thank you. Graduates, please be seated.
I want to thank you all again for allowing me to have such a fun role in tonight's ceremony. As I congratulate my peers for their efforts that have brought us all to tonight, I also want to thank everyone here that has supported us along the way. Each one of us is blessed with family, friends who feel like family, teachers, coaches, mentors, and role models who have selflessly poured their love and care into us. I know that as we head into the next chapter of our lives, each graduate here will give that love and care back into the world. I've lived in Grove City all my life, and by now I'm pretty sure I have a good grasp on the character of the people that I've gone to school with since preschool. It is with confidence that I can say that this group is special and will make an incredible impact in their adult lives. Thank you again for supporting us, not only tonight, but in our past and futures to come. Congratulations, class of 2023. Thank you.